So, hello again and namaste. This is Arya with another entrepreneurship theme about how does any order get confirmed. So basically, we all think how we can get an order or how is an order placed. So it is not as simple as we think, like we get an order right away and we proceed in making. So we want to share how does an order get confirmed in the scenario for CWB Nepal. So in the beginning, what we should see is who is our buyer and who is the seller. So example, currently from CWB Nepal, Arya is the management taker, caretaker. Sujana is the production of CWB Nepal, and Press Alternative Kaneko-san, taking an example, is our buyer. So what we should think is there should be a connection between and relationship between a buyer and seller in the beginning. So there is a phases of the journey to make one get an order confirmed and move for production. So what does phase one consist? The phase one consists of discussion on whole season products and share each one by one. So meaning when and at the beginning we share from both parties what products or what seasons that we are targeting to create a product and how can this product be sellable according to the scenario of the market as per country or as per the local community. We discuss these things in the beginning phase. In the phase two, we create products mentioned and discussed in the beginning, and we share between each other about how it has been presented, how we worked out, what was the positive sides of it, what was the negative sides of it, and moving on how it enabled in completing this product. Finally, in the phase three, we begin the production of samples. Then we move towards possibilities if we can receive an order looking to its all aspects of that product. So phase one, we listen and analyze the buyer need. So buyers will be thinking about their need of the product as per their scenario or as per their thoughts. But what we also should also understand is like we should not be only thinking about our own product thoughts or our products that are in the community, or we focus on the products that are already in the market. So we should always listen and analyze uh, about what product should be thought of or created in by the discussion. Secondly, we can also share our local community product. Why? Because this local product may be very usual in the community, or many very rare in the community. So, if it has a good aspect of sellable traits, we can also share that these products are available in here in the market, or we can see the trend of the world products that are trending as per the condition of each country or the global world. So, based on this, we will plan according to targeting which season, because each product represents as per season. For example, in Nepal, our products are woolen, so it focuses on winter products. So, during the summer products, such winter products cannot be sellable. So, we should also think how we can create seasonal products, yearly products, or based on festival products. These things should be planned accordingly. Also, every year there is a color tone or color trend that changes every year. So we also need to make such products based on such color trends so that it highlights the new era or new trend of the community or the society in the world that is very much interested in the new colorful world. Moving on to the second phase. So what happens in this phase is after this discussion, create as per the analyzing ideas from buyer and our sharing of thoughts of such product. So we share your products as per knitters experience also. In this phase, what happens is knitters are someone who have been doing such work from the beginning. Either they are making for themselves because such traits were followed from tradition. So they were making products for themselves, for their family, and now they have started to making products for the other world. So we should also this is also a plus point for us to share the knitter's experience because it can be very valuable when creating such products. So number two, another phase that in this number two that we want to talk is about the trendy products that can be researched from the community. It should not always be our sellable product that is easily found, but we can also think of products which are in the household or which are in the nature but not used at all. So creating such products would be value added and valuable, or it can be a new product. So we should be thinking about such. So basically, after making a lot of thoughts and discussions, we should discuss on each topic, and we should begin with categorization in this phase. Finally, in the phase three, we keep it balanced. We work as both parties discussion on the products chosen. Then we begin the sharing the cost. We find sharing the cost because cost is a very big factor. If these cost is very high and the product is very low quality or low small in size, and it cannot be sellable. That's why we need to find the negative and positive side of the product. If the product is very good and the price is very high, it cannot be sellable. It should We should keep it balanced so that we can see the possibilities of such products that can be sellable or not in the market. So until this is not thought by taking out the both the negative and positive sides, we cannot decide it right away. So when the negative and positive sides are acknowledged, there's more clarity in what needs to be solved or what needs to be changed, so that we can come up with an idea finally to make a product in that base so that it can work in the market as per our investigation and discussion done. Moving on, so how do we see the progress update? So the key update number one that we do is we create each sample selected and discussed, and we keep it as a reference to dispatch it and also keep as a sample. So what happens usually is like there are a lot of products that we categorize and we select to create these products. So what we should do is whenever we should create a sample. Samples should be in two quantity number two pieces, because one of the sample you would be sharing it to your buyer and the other sample you should keep it to yourself. Because what usually we faced is like whenever we send our sample and then there is a lot of discussion and there's a lot of changes and solving different things, we the producer tends to forget about what product they made and how it was arranged. So if we keep a dummy sample with us, it will be very helpful in future to do a certain small changes or to solve anything. So it will be very beneficial for both the parties. The key update number two is like we try to figure out as per local market rate and price rate range of such product. uh, it is not exactly going to be the same product that is found in the market, but we can analyze such categories products prices in the local community, how it is being put in the market, how it is being put a price, so that we can also figure it out if it is consistent or if it is a noble price. So we should think about such things before we move ahead. Finally, the key update three is like we also need to get the courier facility rates because we need to send our sample to our buyer. So we should also think about how to send. There are many different courier and cargo services, of course, but that is also a cost because we are not getting an order right away. We just prepared our sample and we are going to use a very nominal service that we can send our sample and our buyer receives it and we can work forward. So this point is also very much important to think before we move on making more and more expenses. So yeah, so there would be a masses product created as per the discussion, and we would be having 200% of products. But what we should think is all the products selected would not be finalized or confirmed because it should be shown to the buyers and they should also give us feedback and we also should react to it and work accordingly so that we come to know exactly which product goes well with what or which product is sellable or which product should be put in seasons or which product can go for the year. So out of this massive product creation, we think one out of the five. So we do not select all, but we select the most potential. That product, focusing on the product, the quality, made, the made way, the time taken, the price. So these are all the things that should be uh, thought. So whenever buyers select the product out of many, they focus on the product, cost, appearance, and the target market. So we should analyze all of these points. So moving on, we think about the quantitative progress. Like for example, in Nepal, if we think about an example for Santa, so it is a Christmas product, and it is sellable only in the winter season or the festival season. So and we think about a product that is sellable for the year. So we should think about the planning of the product creation expected flow. So how we can do is like which item potential can grow for more quantity and which product which product can be flow which products flow it can be expected low or medium or high. So we can visualize which product can sell accordingly based on the yearly seasons, festivals, etc. So this would help us to understand the flow of each product, and we can similarly, after discussion with our both parties, we can understand what quantity and what uh, number or less or high we can decide. Yeah, moving on, then the next step is like before order final changes to the sample. So once you send your products to the buyer, there will be again a lot of discussions regarding how the product had been created, how much time it took, and what is the cost. And we should also measure how many grams of the material cost has been done because it will be finalized to your final cost, which we call the FOB. So we should always put the not only the product price, but we should also put the product price. We should also include our certain amount of profit. We should also cover out our transportation and other different expenses finally to getting the price of the product. So then only there is a understanding and there is a analysis of the product learning from both parties, and we can see if this is possible or that we can purchase, or if this is possible, it is sellable, then we move towards that step. And finally we create the sample and we present it as per the instructions suggested. Another step is the timeline of production estimate. Now there are varieties of product. We have selected out of 200% one each out of the five. But what we should also know is, for example, in case of Nepal, These products are very time consuming because it is made by hand and it is not a machine made. So we should always focus also on the timeline. We should not be thinking about more number. We should always think about small number but good quality, because that depends on your future sales and future orders getting back again and again. So whenever we come to a conclusion for the product, and whenever there is a suggested quantity for the order, we should always think about the timeline, because we should always prepare it as per the time. Otherwise, if it is a seasonal product and we can provide it on time, it is useless and we get lost, and it is not a good working environment for each party. So timeline is very, very important. We should know the capacity of our producers, and we should plan that before we get the final confirmation order from the buyer, and we also confirming it that yes, we can make it, because there will be the quantity number. So we should plan it according to the sample created and how much capacity of producers we have. So this is a very important point, and the action. So finally, after majorly everything, so now you must be thinking, oh my, this product or a product to get an order has many phases. So yes, it is very important. It is not an easy task to get an order. So finally, when these all things are simultaneously worked on, discussed, shared, created, then we receive an order. So this is how one gets an order. It is tough, but if we can present it accordingly, if the product becomes really genuine, it has become very beautiful, it is sellable, and we also can understand the taste of the people if when we do the trials. So finally, after such sharing of all these ideas and functions, we move step by step to getting an order. So this is the tutorial, how we can get an one, how can not only we but anyone get an order, and what should be done from the beginning to get an order, because it is a step by step process to fulfill and to discuss and to share with each party. Then an order is succeeded and we can begin the production. So these are very, very important points that we want to share. Yeah, thank you very much. If you have any questions on this related to any more additional queries, so please do not hesitate to ask. I hope this video is helpful. Thank you very much. Namaste.